With the release of Chapter 5 Season 4, Epic Games have made some major changes to competitive, which is great news for us as players. The addition of multiple new tournaments and also brand new qualification ranges means that this season of Fortnite is officially your best ever chance to make some earnings off of this game. In this video, I'm going to talk you through all the new tournaments and the advantages we all now have when trying to get earnings as a result of Epic's new changes. If you do enjoy, please do drop a like and subscribe as I'm closing in on 15,000 subscribers. You can also check out my Twitch link in description to help me with my goal of one day becoming a full-time streamer. Without further ado, let's get straight on into the video. Now starting off, let's talk about how Epic are starting off the competitive season with 5 days straight of continuous skin cups, where you can practice and learn the meta of the new season. The prizes for these tournaments range from skins to even the FNCS winner's pickaxe. However, sadly there are no earnings or PR in any of these tournaments, so it's not really relevant to this video. So starting off, I'm going to talk about the solo victory cups, because I believe this is your best chance at making earnings this season. Now let's start off with the build solo victory cup. So the starts in just over a week's time from the date of this upload, and Epic have made huge changes, making it way easier for many of us not so good players to get our first earnings. A quick side note, I'll be uploading a dedicated video about how to qualify through to the solo victory cup finals in just a couple days time on the channel, so make sure you have subscribed for that. Now we know that last season only the top 7,000 players qualified through to the finals on EU, and only top 5,000 players on NA, meaning that qualifying was quite difficult and often required you to get over 125 points, sometimes up to 130. However, this season it seems that Epic is really trying to make it more accessible to qualify through to the finals, as they have made it so that the top 15,000 players qualify through to the finals on EU. That is more than a double increase, and the top 10,000 players on NA Central, and that is a double increase, absolutely crazy. Now these are huge changes, which means many people will easily be qualifying through to the finals on a more regular basis, or even for their first time ever. This also means in turn that the average skill of the players in the finals is going to decrease massively, meaning that you could get lucky with a low elo lobby and make a sweet $100 earned. In finals, we know you get 3 games, and if you win a game, you earn $100, so you can earn up to a possible $300. I think this tournament, the Build Solo Victory Cup, signals your best opportunity to make earnings this season. Now next up, we must talk about the Zero Build Solo Victory Cups. Now unfortunately for Zero Build, it seems Epic are choosing to step away from it a little this season, as they have made major changes lowering the amount of people making it to finals on both of the major regions. On EU, the qualifying range has dropped from top 7,000 players down to just top 5,000, and on NA from top 5,000 players just to the top 2,500 players. Now this means that the caliber of players in the finals will have massively increased, making it way harder for you to make earnings if you aren't a pro Zero Build player. If you are a comp player who is thinking about going pro in competitive Zero Build, this may be your sign to stick to the build tournaments instead, as they seem to be getting much more of the prize pools this season. The finals still remains the same, however, in the Zero Build Solo Vic Cups, with each win being worth $100 and you having 3 games, meaning again you have the potential to win $300. Moving on, it's now time to talk about the regular build Duo Cash Cups. Now Epic have made some huge changes to the format of the Duo Cash Cups this season, which has gone hugely unnoticed by much of the community, but actually it benefits us players massively, as it means that often no longer will it just be 50 pro teams making it to the finals of the Duo Cash Cups like we've seen for so long now. They have still kept it at 65 placement points for win, but instead changed it so elim points are now only worth 1 point instead of the previous 2 which we have had for the last couple of seasons. This means that elims have basically halved in importance, so huge W teams won't be able to gain as many points for those massive W key games. This now means that as a result, playing consistently for placement over the course of the tournament means you are much more likely to place highly on the leaderboard and be one of those top 50 teams making it through to the finals to get earnings. Now in the finals, Epic have also made major changes to the prize pools, and now winning a Duo Cash Cup will earn your duo $10,000, which is pretty much the same as winning OCE FNCS last season. The earnings spread after this, however, is still like the previous seasons before, with only the top 40 teams that make it into the Duo Cash Cup finals actually making earnings. Next up, Epic are continuing to run the Zero Build Duo Cash Cup variant as well. Now Epic have also made the same format changes to the Zero Build Duo Cash Cups once again, meaning that elims are only worth a single point instead of 2. However, they have reduced the Duo Zero Build Cash Cup prize pool, so only the top 10 teams that make it to the finals out of 50 actually make money, with the winners of the Zero Build Duo Cash Cup only making $900 respectively. This again shows how Epic seem to be deciding to focus more of their efforts on builds and resources on builds tournaments this season, which for me is great. I love builds, and for most of us, I hope we love builds too. Moving on now, Epic are still deciding to run duo rank cups for both the build and no build modes. However, these still sadly offer no PR or earnings, so they aren't very useful for the purposes of making earnings like this video. Now, moving on to some of the tournaments that Epic have released this season. Starting it off, we finally have the addition of some Reload Cash Cups in the form of the Reload Platform Cash Cup. Now, these are platform-specific cups, meaning that there'll be a console, mobile, and PC tournaments which will all run at the same time respectively, so pretty much you can only play one of them. Now, these Reload Duo Cash Cups, however, are pretty difficult to qualify for, with you having to place in the top 20 teams in your respective region out of everyone playing in order to reach the second round. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure the player base for these Reload Cups are going to be pretty high, as Reload always seems to have a lot of players. Now, in the second round, it is set lobby matches, with the format of 4 eliminations being worth a single point, as well as 8 also being worth a point, and 12, meaning you can get a total of 3 elimination points total in the entire game, and that is if you get all 12 kills. Now, for winning a match in the Reload Cash Cup finals, you will earn yourself 15 placement points. So it is exactly the same format which they use in the opens of this Reload Duo Cash Cups, but it does seem that, again, Epic are leaning it more towards this Reload Duo Cash Cups being placement heavy, as you can get 5 times the amount of points for placement as you can elims. Now, the prize pool for these Cash Cups is actually pretty solid, with half the teams that make it to the finals getting themselves some sweet earnings, and winning the entire tournament is worth a sweet $2,500 to both the players in the duo that wins the whole thing. I don't know about you guys, but for the first Reload tournaments, that's pretty solid. It's just a shame only 20 teams can qualify through to the finals. Lastly, we can talk about the final new tournament which Epic have dropped, and that is the Reload Squads Victory Cups. Now, these will be running each week on a Saturday night. Now, this tournament has exactly the same point format as the Reload Duo Cash Cup, so it seems that this is a format Epic wants to try out, and we may be seeing it for all the Reload tournaments in the future. Again, this is 15 points for the win and 3 total points if you get 12 elim kills. Again, a single point at 4, 8, and 12. Now, in order to qualify through to the finals of this tournament, again this being the Squad Reload Cup, you will need to come top 50 squads in your respective regions. There is a little bit more room to qualify through compared to the Duo Reload Cash Cups. Now, this means that Epic will be running 5 lobbies at once in the finals of this cup, and of course, with it being a victory cup, you must win the game in order to make yourselves the earnings. Epic is giving away $250 to each player in the squad that wins the game, and similar to the Solo Victory Cup, there are going to be 3 games in total in the final, meaning that each player has the chance to win up to $750 in total. Times that by 4, that is a lot of money they are giving away per squad, especially if they are able to win 3 games. Now, there are also performance evaluation cups and PlayStation Cups this season, with the PlayStation Cup having the opportunity for you to win a share of $250,000. So if you are a PlayStation player, this is a great opportunity to potentially make earnings. But going back to the performance evaluation cups, unfortunately, these are stupidly only available to the top 1,000 best teams in the region. So for most of us, this isn't going to offer any opportunity to make earnings, sadly, like it did in previous seasons. But once again, these are possible chances for you to make earnings, but I feel that I have covered everything you need to know about the main tournaments that Epic has released in this season. I really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure that you have smashed that like button and subscribed, and click this video on screen to learn how to rank up faster in this new season. Peace out from me.